Hey. Hi. Hello, Facebook family, and hello, Instagram family. How are you guys? How are you doing? This is Delon LaDuff Gadsden, and popping in quickly as scheduled for our midday motivation. And today is Freedom Friday. This week, ladies, we have been I'm using a new platform also on Facebook. If you like it, please let me know. It is through Be Live TV, and I've been researching it, and finally saw someone actually using it in the Facebook environment, and I really liked it. So let me know if you like it. Okay, so I'm really, so far so good. I'm liking it. So anyway, this week the message is to keep living. Keep living. This week we began our journey towards clarity. And it all began with me sharing the fact that I had a rough weekend last weekend, or actually the last day of the weekend, so Sunday, where I ended up feeling pretty lonely and overwhelmed by a lot of the things that I have before me, that I couldn't see the way or the path or what's next. What is this supposed to look like? And so on Monday, and I didn't even want to show up this week. That's how bad it was. But on Monday, the message was to keep looking. Keep looking in the mess, and keep looking at the mountain and find the magic and find the miracle. Keep looking in the chaos to find the clarity. Then on Tuesday, our message was to keep pressing, keep being persistent, keep showing up with your strengths repeatedly and putting them on full display. Wednesday was keep taking action. We have to create actionable steps for ourselves when we are on a path or a journey, when we're looking for clarity. Clarity, we discussed, comes through action. So we have to create actionable steps and move on those consistently, and the clarity will undoubtedly come. Yesterday, we talked about keep stepping, okay? Even in the small things, even in the small steps, even when we mark something small off the list to do, we are still thriving and we are still moving forward in the direction of clarity. And today, I want to encourage you to keep living, because all of that stuff we talked about this week, it's a lot. It's a lot. Clarity is a big thing. It's a big deal. There's a lot of components, and everyone's situation is different. So what I'm sharing with you, you have to fit it in, to work in with your unique situation. And because it's a lot, we can end up making the road to clarity more difficult than it needs to be by getting so consumed in trying to find it. And ultimately, we take ourselves right back to the beginning, that place of feeling lonely and overwhelmed. And that certainly isn't the purpose. You don't want to get on this road to clarity and end right back up where you started, with feeling so overwhelmed from trying to attain clarity. So I want to share something with you guys. In December of 2014, I made a pledge to return to California. If any of you know my personal story, I am a survivor and thriver. I am a warrior and a conqueror of childhood sexual abuse, molestation, and rape. And I was 5 when I endured many months of molestation, and ultimately leading up to my rape. Well, that all happened in California. And at the end of 2014, I'd made a pledge to myself to return to California, to find those pieces. I needed clarity. I needed the pieces of my puzzle. I needed to figure out how they interconnected, what it was that was going on inside of me. There was just a yearning to go back to that time and put those pieces together so that I could get a clearer picture. And when 2015 rolled around, about a month later, my courage was tested. My father was ill and had a surgery. We had to move. And, I'm a wife and mom of 8 kids, so that's a family of 10 needing to move. And my husband was hospitalized for a period of about a month and a half after being diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease. Our family took a huge blow. And then I even had a health scare of my own, ended up in the hospital overnight, heart monitors and everything. So by the time September rolled around, late September, early October, we were doing well. We had beaten this disease. We'd come out on top. My husband was out of the hospital. He was doing well. All of the tubes that he had in his body were out and everything was going great. He was baptized for the first time. I was rebaptized, and we were baptized in the ocean, the same place where we were married. So that was really beautiful for us. And our family, we were doing so well. And then that urge came back again. That urge to return to California. It crept back in, and I mean, it grabbed a hold of me. One evening, my husband walked in the door, and I looked him square in his eyes, and I said, honey, I have to go. I have to go back to California, and I have to do it now. And so I booked my ticket and headed on back to California, went to California, and discovered so much information. I was overwhelmed. I came back home with, I had an archivist who met with me in California. She gave me all of the information I was looking for, court documents, hospital records that documented it was the doctor's report after my rape and everything. And all of the little pieces of the little 5-year-old me were in front of me. And I came home and I didn't know how to put them together. I didn't have clarity on how to connect these pieces and form the puzzle, a complete puzzle that I needed. And I found myself overwhelmed, upset, crying. I couldn't relax, and I was forgetting to live. I was forgetting that although I was going back to discover the information and the bits and the pieces of the little me, the grown-up now me, wife and mother of 8 and happy, well-adjusted woman, she still needed to live. She still needed to live. She still needed to laugh. She still needed to enjoy life. She still needed to experience freedom. And so I got myself together. I realized that I wasn't living at all, and I pulled myself out of that dark space before I went too far down that tunnel. And I realized clarity doesn't come that way. That's not how you find clarity, by taking yourself into this darkened, overwhelmed area. It's yes, you have to dwell in those spaces of darkness until the light comes, but you don't want to drive yourself down so deeply that you make your quest for clarity become your burden, if you understand what I'm saying. And so once I got myself together and I'm like, okay, I need to relax. I have the information in front of me. I need to keep moving. I need to keep looking. I need to keep pressing. I need to keep taking action. I need to keep stepping, and I need to keep living. I need to keep living. the answer came. And the answer came in the form of this book, The Belief in Wings. That's what ultimately ended up coming. I didn't know what my next steps were going to be. My next step was to write this book for young girls, to put all of those beautiful pieces together and give them that information that I needed when I was that age. All of the information that I was discovering later on in life, I was able to bring it all together and put it in a book for girls today. And that's when my clarity came in. So my message to you today on this Freedom Friday is, as we're going through looking for clarity in whatever situation it is that you're in, I want to encourage you to not be so bogged down and not be so weighted down in your quest for clarity that you end up driving yourself deeper into the overwhelm or deeper into the dark places. I want to encourage you on this Freedom Friday to keep on living. And I know that you probably understand how it is that we can sometimes press so hard that we end up taking it so seriously and a bit too seriously. I bet you understand and you know how that feels. We have a tendency to do that. We become so engulfed and engrossed in what it is that we're doing that we forget to live. So I just want to encourage you on this Freedom Friday to keep living. As you're looking for that clarity, don't forget to live, breathe, relax, enjoy life. Yes, clarity requires action, and it does require a seriousness on your part. But you also have to keep living. You got to keep laughing. You have to keep loving. You have to keep smiling. You have to keep bringing the best part of yourself up and out to others every day. You have to keep allowing your light to shine. Don't let it go out. So if you enjoyed this video, if it was of help to you, if it's helped you on this Freedom Friday, then I encourage you to share it with someone else. You all please have a beautifully blessed day, and it's time for me to get back to my kids' school because they are having field day on this Freedom Friday. So time to get back out there and sweat a little bit more with the kiddies. You all have a wonderful one. Take care. God bless. Bye.